Welcome to Cool Happenings. Everything I find cool and amazing. Your one-stop channel for all your accessible tech solutions.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.
Hello and welcome to this special podcast. In today's video, I'll talk about how I use both the Android and the iOS platform to perform my tasks. Mostly, I use both platforms in, I would say, an integrated fashion, where I use one device to do something and I use the other platform to do another operation. For instance, I may use the iPhone to do my video editing, after which I post to YouTube, and I use my Android device to record audio for editing with the iPhone. So you can see here that I integrate both platforms and I work with them equally as well to perform tasks which I need to do on a daily basis. So without further ado, let's get on with this demonstration. See you in a bit. So one such action where I use or integrate both Android and the iOS platform is when I want to create YouTube playlist on my YouTube channel. Now if you notice, many times I share links to my YouTube channel to groups or to people. I do that by using both the Android and the iPhone. For some reason, I noticed that creating YouTube playlists on the iPhone is almost impossible, because with VoiceOver I'm unable to find the create playlist option. You may go to the YouTube app on your iPhone and you will find that you can find the option to see the playlist, but there is no option to create one, and this process is easily done with the Android. So let's open YouTube and show how I do it.
Overview button, home button.
Open YouTube.
Opening YouTube. Double tap to activate.
Once YouTube opens on my Android, I swipe.
Search button. Account.
Go to account.
Close button. Account. Your channel button
Go
in
to
list
my
and items.
channel.
Navigate up button.
I find
Double tap to
to
activate.
create a playlist is very easy on the Android device. Just swipe.
Cool happenings.
I get to my first video.
Upload. Search. More options. Selected. Home button. Videos button. Playlists. Channels button. About button. Cool happenings. 1,168 subscribers. In list. 20 items.
To my first video.
Channel settings button. 31 minutes. Apple iOS router settings and its usage. Cool happenings. 42 views. 6 months ago. Closed captions.
After
Double
I
tap
find
to
the
activate.
first video, just swipe to the next. Swipe once to the right.
Go to channel button. Menu button.
Go to menu.
Double tap to activate.
Double tap.
Save to watch later. In list. 4 items.
Swipe to
Double
the
tap to
right.
activate.
Save to playlist.
Save to playlist. Double tap to
One
activate.
finger double tap.
Close dialog. Double tap to activate. Save video to in list. New playlist.
New
Double tap to
playlist.
activate.
You heard it. New playlist.
Save video to new playlist.
If you
Double tap to
notice,
activate.
the YouTube app on Android devices display the options easily and clearly. I'm not saying it's not displayed clearly in the iPhone, it does too, but for some reason the option to create a new playlist does not appear in the YouTube app for iOS. So I'll just double tap and create a new playlist.
Save video to new playlist.
One finger,
Double tap to activate.
one finger double tap.
Title, edit box.
There you go.
Double tap to enter text. Double tap. In the
One
field.
finger double tap to, you can add your title for the video, for the playlist, save it and later add your videos which you create to your new playlist. That's one way I use Android and iPhone to perform a designated task. Right, so let's proceed to the next method. Now another way where I use both the Android and the iOS or the iPhone to work together as one to perform a task is when I'm wanting to record or produce a video for YouTube and where I need to record an audio. Now both Android and iOS have good Play Store and App Store, but however I find the Play Store for Android has many more accessible based apps which allow me to perform my tasks. Now the important thing is you are able to carry out your tasks easily without any troubles or problems whatsoever. And for some reason I find that the Android with the Play Store has many more accessible base, much more in fact than the iOS or the iPhone. There may be, I'm not saying there isn't, there are many in fact. I have hundreds of accessible base apps on my iOS device, my iPhone but for the tasks I need to perform, those apps are readily available on the Play Store, and why waste a good resource when I have both the Android and the iOS to perform tasks integratedly to complete a task or something which I need to do. So okay, for this case I usually use HiQ MP3 recorder on my Android device to record my voice and later edit it on my iPhone using bossjock, which is a audio editor which performs very well and is fully accessible on my iPhone. So I would normally use this. You see I have HiQ running on my Android. Let's see how it sounds like.
List button. HiQ MP3 recorder.
HiQ, so I will go to record, and after I finish the recording, what I do is I usually save it to my Google Drive and then open Drive on my iPhone, export the file to bossjock on my iPhone, and there I can edit the audio and later on create the video which I will in the end post to my YouTube channel. So that's the second way I use Android and iOS integratedly to perform a task. Let's proceed to the next method. I integrate both platforms. So friends, as you may have already guessed, and I've in fact mentioned it, I'm in fact trying to produce a video for my YouTube channel, and I've currently so far recorded my voice using HiQ MP3 recorder on my Android device. Now you may be asking, why do I need to use HiQ MP3 recorder on my Android mobile phone when there are many recorders on the iPhone as well? And you're right, there are many. There are a couple of voice recorders which I could use to record my voice, basically reducing the devices to one. But in my case, as in this case, or this project, I need to record my voice and be able to amplify it so that when I actually record my voice, I will not have to speak too loud. So as you can see, the HiQ MP3 recorder gives me an option to amplify my voice. So I would normally record my voice around with an amplified gain of 12 decibels, which would in fact amplify my voice to an acceptable level, after which it would create a recording with a good sounding, crisp and clear voice quality. After that, I would export the audio from my high-Q MP3 recorder on my Android device to my Google Drive, which is a file storage app, and from there I will export it from Google Drive to my iPhone. So once I'm on my iPhone, the next step is to do the audio editing, which I've exported from my Android device. So in order to do that, I switch to my iPhone. So my iPhone, what I do is I first open my audio editing project app, which is called bossjock, and I'll put a link to download bossjock in the description box, so you may head on there and get the link to download bossjock Junior. It's a free app, but it's very, very accessible and it has many options. It obviously has in-app purchases where you will maybe have to purchase certain options, but as in my case, for me, I use the free version without any in-app purchases. So now let's proceed to the next step. We go to bossjock Junior on my iPhone. So let's head on there right now.
Dock. Frequent folder. 60 apps. App switcher. Settings. bossjock Junior. Active.
bossjock Junior.
Actions available.
One finger double tap to activate.
bossjock Junior. bossjock.
Now, as you can see, bossjock Junior is an app which basically the menu is very simple. The layout is very simple and easy to use. It arranges all the audios into what they call basket or cars. Let me check. Let's swipe.
Cart loaded with cool
Cart.
happenings. Final edit.
It's called a card. So basically, there are 8 cards here.
Remove cart loaded with that. Remove empty card 3. Empty card 7. Empty card 8. Card fader 100%. Adjustable.
So the free version gives you 8 cards by which you can add audios, either your own or voice recording, or import audios from other apps, from Dropbox, from Google Drive, and put them into the cards, the 8 cards given by the free version of bossjock Junior, and after which you can record. You need to obviously record them manually, one track after the other. So in this case, for this recording, I would like to create a YouTube video for my YouTube channel. So I have 2 audios. One is the usual Cool Happenings intro soundtrack, which is at the very top. Let's proceed to the very top again.
Empty card 4. Remove cart loaded with remove cool happenings. Cart loaded with cool happenings. Final edit button.
So as you can see, card 1 is the Cool Happenings. Intro is the edited version. I've edited this intro audio track, by which later will be converted to a video. The second track is the next track. The track is entitled Aquaba. It's an African very uplifting music track, and I would like to create a music video. By the way, this is just for demonstration. I won't in fact actually do it, but for demonstration sake or purpose, I would like to create a music video, starting with my Cool Happenings intro track, followed by the Aquaba African uplifting music track. So in order to create a video, what I do is I first go to record at the very bottom of the bossjock app.
Mic trigger button. Mic lock record button.
After I double tap on record, I will immediately tap on the first track on the first card, which is the Cool Happenings intro music. So I'll double tap to record.
Record. Cart loaded with cart loaded with cool bossjock. Cart loaded with cool happenings. Final edit.
Now Cool Happenings, the intro starts playing.
Welcome to Cool Happenings.
Sounds familiar, right?
Everything I find cool
Solution loaded with cool happenings. Final fun.
So once the recording completes, the track completes playing, I swipe to the next recording, which is a Aquaba music track.
Cart loaded with Aquaba. Welcome by.
I love this track. Listen to how it sounds.
Cart loaded with Aquaba. Welcome by Alabaster Box. 320 kbps -1. Cart loaded with Aquaba. Welcome
Okay.
by Alabaster
I've
Box.
stopped recording.
320 kb.
I've stopped recording, but in fact, I've created a demo version of this recording. So let's get there. To get there, I'll first stop this recording.
Mic trigger. Mic lock. Finish recording. Finish recording. Swipe to cancel. Confirm. Confirm. Record. Recorded. In progress. Record. Record. Done. Button. Play. Play.
Go to
Done.
time.
Button. Bossjock.
Okay, now just to show you the actual demo after the recording is complete, I'll swipe to the location of the file which I done earlier before this demonstration and record. Before recording this demonstration, I've in fact created a demo version of the audio I just showed you. So let's get to the audio now.
Bossjock. Cart loaded with cool happenings. Final fun.
I get to recordings.
Mic trigger. Mic lock. Record. Recordings. Button. Recordings. Done. Recording 10. Play. Share button. Test. Play. Test.
I named it test, so we can double tap on it to activate this audio.
Recordings. Back button.
Now, what I usually do is I would bring out this audio and add an image to it. So because as you know, I'm totally blind, and being totally blind, basically blind people, the blind community, you and me, we face difficulty uploading, and we're always conscious about recording ourselves on videos. Firstly, because it's hard to, it's quite difficult to get ourselves into the image on which we are planning to record a video on, you see. So we would prefer normally to record audio and upload audios to YouTube. But to do that, we will need to in fact merge an audio to an image and be able to record, to be able to save the video, the audio as a video. Most of the time it's in MP4 format. So since I've activated this audio, now we swipe till we get to image.
Done. Play. Test. Buy. Bossjock artwork.
Okay,
Button.
we double tap on artwork.
Cancel. Button.
And we swipe.
Moments. Camera roll. 200. Recently added.
Okay,
35
I'll go
photos.
to my recently added photos or images.
Back button.
Now I'll select an image to be merged with this audio because it will then be formatted to a video, and which later I can easily upload to YouTube. So I'll select any image here.
Recently cancel. Photo. Live photo. Google Assistant. Google. Appy Find Scan. Cellular Strict. Text 2.10. Photo. Square black. Photo. Portrait. Photo. Image of a mobile phone. Wallpaper of colorful lines.
Wallpaper of colorful
lines. Photo.
Would be suitable for this video. So let's swipe.
Cancel.
Swipe one more time.
Choose. Button.
One finger double tap.
100 recordings. Back
So
button.
basically now I have a video, but the video is not entirely in MP4 yet. It's still one step less. It's in M4A. M4A is basically MP4 without the video. It's in this case the video is there, but you need to properly convert it to an MP4 video track. So you do this by, once you merge the image, you start swiping on the iPhone. I'm swiping right.
Done. Button. Play. Test. Buy. Bossjock artwork. Share. Button.
I'll click on share.
With shortcuts. Airdrop recipient. No one found yet. Image.
What I'll do now is I'll swipe and export this merge audio image track M4A to file converter. So I'll swipe to file converter.
AirDrop message add one drop one mega box copy to file converter.
There you go. One finger double tap.
File converter.
Now the edited version of the audio image track has been exported to file converter. So from here I'll convert it to MP4 video format. So I've in fact already done that. So let's get straight to the video file. It's in MP4 now.
What are you convert test from M4A?
File converter is a very magnificent app, accessible, fully accessible. It allows us to convert from one format to another, many different formats to many other different formats. In this case, I just converted the M4A to MP4. So let's get to the file.
File is uploaded to secure cloud. File is convert. Zip archive. XPS. XLS. Test. What are you convert? IC back. But complete.
Okay.
Your file has been converted. Share. Button. Recording 6. MP4.
You see it's MP4. So once you have converted to MP4, you select share.
Share. Button. Complete.
And the final step.
AirDrop recipient. No one found yet.
The final step is to save the video to my camera roll. So I'll just swipe to save video.
AirDrop add one block copy to Facebook shared app open in Skype Chrome copy to copy short save video button
Save video.
draggable
One finger double tap on save video.
complete.
And that's it. So once it sounds a little, it seems like there are so many steps, but in fact there is not too many steps that we need to carry out. By using HiQ MP3 recorder on my Android, I've reduced many steps for instance, to edit my voice, to make it clear, to increase the volume. Just by using one app on my Android device, I've been able to record my voice plus then amplify the voice to a higher volume to 12 decibels, export it to my iPhone, and from my iPhone create a video using bossjock and file converter, save it to my camera roll. So basically it's just about 3 steps: record in HiQ MP3, export to iPhone, convert to video, save to camera roll. So 4 steps. Okay, in 4 steps I created a video, and if you really want to create a video, you will find a way. And in my case, I'm a person which does not like much complications, so I find easy way to do things directly on my mobile devices. In this case, my Android and my iPhone. So this is just one way I integrate my Android and my iOS device, my iPhone, to complete a project, which in this case is creating a YouTube video for my YouTube channel. So once that's done, the final step is just to go to YouTube. Let's get to YouTube. On my iPhone,
App switcher. File converter. Active.
I export videos
Actions available.
to YouTube using my iPhone. That's how I normally do it. So let's find YouTube.
bossjock settings. YouTube. YouTube. Cast button.
So once I'm in YouTube, I swipe to video.
Video button.
One finger double tap.
Cancel button.
Now once you double tap on video, it opens a list where you can locate the video you just saved to your camera roll. Will be the first video in the video list from the YouTube app for iOS. So let's swipe.
Record. Go live. Video. 1 minute, 7 seconds. Created March 24th, 2000.
Now to show you that this is in fact the video I just created from voice converter, from my audio file converter. Do one finger double tap.
Video
Start
back
playing.
button. Preview.
So this is the intro music.
Next. Preview. Next. Back.
Okay,
Button.
I can stop it there because to export you don't need to listen to the entire track. You just go to next and you can give the video a title, a description, and finally upload the video to YouTube. So friends, this is one way of many ways you can use both your Android and iPhone to do a task or to complete a project easily, accessibly, without any hassles whatsoever. I will leave her with this thought that we should not compare, devices or platforms, because each platform has their own advantages and disadvantages, and it does not mean that one platform is better than the other. Each platform can do something better. I know Android devices which can do projects or actions or functions which the iOS cannot do, and I know apps on the iPhone which can do many other processes and functions which the Android cannot do. So keep that in mind, and remember, instead of arguing on which is best, why not put both together and make them work as one? It's called synergetic work. Put them to work together to complete and make your life easy. So till I see you in the next demonstration, take care and have a wonderful day ahead.